all the way up to the clerks which are weighing tea are the one which are messing up the prices of tea, not all the final costing, because the cost of operation is very high. Combined with corruption, the farmer remains with almost nothing. And the loan from the bank. This is the directive we have given KDDA. That one, they must allow the proceeds from sales, from the auction, to be deposited direct in the factory account, and the factory directors be allowed to manage their proceeds and see how much to pay farmers. But the factory directors are under notice to also make sure that 70% of the sale of a kilo of tea goes to farmers. 30% goes for operation. And if the cost of operation is very high, they need to deal with the employees, the many excess employees they have employed in the factories, because they have made the factories to be a political zone where they get votes as directors. Number two, those directors, after getting those particular money in their account, must make sure that they review the loan which were taken and procedurally by KDDA Holding. And I want to put notice to the banks who also gave out loans without proper procedures. In the event the farmer gets less than 70% of the proceeds of tea, then if it is about loan, part of the measures we'll take is to suspend the loans which they've been given to those factories without proper procedures until the farmer get their rightful rights. Last week, KDDA gave a notice, gave an instruction to farmers in West of Rift to increase the tea price to 26 shillings per kilo. I saw they went back to 23 shillings per kilo. I'm urging the factories in the West to go back and make sure that the prices for tea per kilo go back to minimum to what KDDA gave out last week as 26 shillings per kilo, as we review to make sure that the farmer gets 70% of the proceeds of the sale of 1 kilo of tea in the auction. The 30% should be used for operation. And in the event the cost of operation is very high, reduce on the employees, also review the loans, including suspending the loans until the government give proper undertaking and understand why those loans were taken and whether the proper procedures were followed. We'll fight and fight as government for the rights of the farmers. There will be no peace in the teapot until the tea farmers get their rightful share. So let them be on notice. All directors of KDDA Holding, they need to stop the malpractices of removing tea from the auction, which the brokers has gotten a better price for tea, and they come and sell to their friends at almost half of the price. That should stop. KDDA Holding also, as much as they are amorphous, they don't have a structure, there is nowhere in the law. It is just a cartel, a group of people who are there to siphon farmers' money. They need to stop the high cost of warehouses in Mombasa, which the cost is 3 times the cost of a private sector warehouse. Yet those warehouses are for farmers. They pay for it. They should be almost zero cost, if not half what they are charging, what the private sector is charging. And in the event there is high operational cost, and in the event they are not changing, we'll tell the farmers to move away from those warehouses and look for cheaper warehouses. Because if the factories are not attached to be taking their tea to those warehouses, which are very expensive, and the cost of operation goes high by factory. So,